today we are going to show you our year in pictures, which pictures we have taken that stood out to us, and maybe most importantly, which lessons we've learned from this year. Okay, so this was in the beginning of the year. I had friends from Canada and from Australia. They were visiting me, and normally, so this year has been really crazy, and especially weather-wise, because normally in January, you're pretty safe for, like, mid-winter is one of my favorite times a year to shoot. And midwinter, you're normally safe. It's like a lot of snow, and you have these absolutely fantastic winter landscapes. But this year, it was raining I think it was 2 weeks in between, and 2 or 3 weeks, like normal winter, and then it was raining for a week. So it absolutely destroyed our winter. So this is taken in January, and I think you can see that the ice is like you get the reflection from the ice. And the reason we were shooting at the ice was because everything else in the nature was so ugly. It just, when the snow comes off the trees, you get the contrast between the dark trees and the snow, and then the snow gets really dirty, and this is usually March or April for us. But yeah, it happened already in January, unfortunately. But we had 1.5 days where it was like magical winter wonderland, and then we had, I think it was 10 days of rain. So I feel you. Yeah. I bet this is probably normal winter for you, but
yeah.
No, I was just really upset, and that was also one of the reasons why I chose this image, because it really made me a bit worried for the nature, because this is wrong on so many levels, but it's just wrong. I mean, if it's raining once, nature has had hiccups before, but every 3 weeks from November till I think up until March, and then the snow disappeared really early. So
that's so sad.
It is really sad.
I really love this picture. I love that the Northern Lights is like coming from the candlelight.
From the candle, yeah.
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
We were struggling because it was so windy. And if it's windy, it's really difficult to take pictures with a long exposure. This is 1.3 seconds, and that's not long for non-lights. But you can still see, like, her hair is really blurry. And the wind was coming. This is on a river. So the wind was blowing all the way down the river, meaning that it goes it kind of picks up the cold from the ice. So it gets really cold. So it was really, 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 really cold, and the wind was fierce, and the Northern Lights was constantly moving. So in order to get these compositions, it's like I was moving around like crazy, because it was easier for me to move than for her to move. But yeah, I'm really excited that we got this picture.
Beautiful.
Okay, so this is autumn already. We're going from winter to autumn. But this picture was taken in Scotland. And I went to Scotland twice this year, which I am so grateful for. And it's definitely 2 of the highlights from my year. And I think what has stood out to me this year, or changed in my photography, is that I have started to use nature in a more intentional way. rather than just like, oh, this is a pretty place and a pretty light, like what can I do? Like try to interact a bit more and frame the portraits a bit more with the aid of nature. And this was one of those inspired by landscape photography when you're using long shutter speeds, like long exposure. Yeah.
Love it. I love long exposure on water. You get this soft look. It's magical.
And then you also get like the haze around, like it was pouring down. It was rain, so you can almost see a bit more then. And this is the second trip to Scotland. And as I said, I've just started to. I feel like maybe I've done it more unconsciously, but this year has really been more intention with the nature around. And I think this is just a good example of that. That she's interacting, like using nature as a person almost. Like it's not just a setting, it's not just like where the light is nice, or it's actually like if you take that piece of nature away, then it's a bit weird. Like if you imagine that the tree wasn't there, it's like almost a bit weird. And that's how I know that has kind of been my intention when I've been taking pictures, that if you take something away, it feels like something is missing.
Yeah, and
that sounds clever.
But I love that. I mean, if I was going to shoot at this location, I think it's very common that, I have to see the model's dress, like the whole dress, and she has to be in the center of the picture. But in this case, you just like get a glimpse of her. But I mean, it's still, if she wasn't there, it would still be a great photo. But she adds that extra. I don't know how to explain it.
Storytelling, I think.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's so beautiful. She just pops up there.
Yeah. It's almost like she's praying to the tree. Yeah.
Lovely.
This was also funny when you travel. It's like you kind of have to make the most out of what you get. And this was a really sunny day. There were clouds, but it was like the clouds just never made it to us. They were kind of in the background, which is nice because if the sky would have been blue here, it would have been quite boring. Like it would have been a very sharp edge between. It still is, but it would have been worse. But so we were constantly waiting for the clouds. We were just like, oh, come on, clouds, and like 3, 2, 1, go! And then we were taking the pictures. So we had a plan, like, what are you gonna do when the clouds are rolling in? And the other trip that I was on, it was the opposite. Then it was raining every single day, and it was just pouring down. So we didn't have the issues with the sun, but then instead it was quite cold and wet. But I don't mind that drama. Yes. And this is my daughter. I took this picture. This was the first try. I bought my dream equipment this year, and I am so grateful that I was able to do that. And sometimes it feels like I'm cheating because the autofocus is insane, and the dynamic range of this camera is insane. So I was shooting like it was northern lights, and it was like really strong lamps. So the difference between the shadows and the highlights in that was, it was a really, really large dynamic range. But I was able to capture it all. I didn't have to do multiple exposures. I just feel like I feel like my life has become so much easier. And this was the first time I was out shooting with this new lens, and I just love it. I love the look. I used to shoot a lot with the 135 aperture 1.8, but what I felt was that I was a bit limited. Like, you can only use it if the circumstances are the right. Like, if you can stand on the perfect distance, if you have the perfect distance to the background, and that's like for the occasions when I could use it, it was absolutely beautiful. It was, oh my god, love that lens. But when Sony released this lens, I just felt like this would make so much more sense for me, because I can use it for self-portraits, I can use it for families, I can use it also in those situations where 135 would have been perfect. I can kind of get the same look, and especially on 150 millimeters. This is 150 milliliters, millimeters. Yeah. So, yes, that's
beautiful. She's so cute.
And yes, this picture wasn't taken 2025, but I chose this picture because it represents, like, this is a massive milestone for me to win the award, like the Swedish championship award in the maternity category was absolutely huge for me. So I still get a little like butterflies when I think about it. So because there are so many great photographers out there, I just feel really, really, really lucky almost. But yeah, so that's the reason why I selected this image.
It's beautiful. And talking about maternity, I started this year pregnant, and this is taken, I think, maybe January, February, something like that. And I was so sick. I was nauseous all the time, throwing up. It was, not very fun start of the year, even though I've been longing to get pregnant. But I think this is right outside my backyard. And I think I was talking to you when I just looked out, and there were this fog and sunrise, and it was a bit frosty in the grass. And I think I said to you,
why I need to go.
Yeah. I didn't really feel like it, but I couldn't miss this opportunity. So this is one of few photos I took in January, February, because I was feeling so sick. But I loved this one. And I remember I was so cold and I was feeling so sick. And I had to take the rest of the day to kind of recover from this little photo shoot. And I was planning to take a lot of maternity photos because, I've been longing to get pregnant and I love to take photos. So what could be better to take maternity photos? But I was, as I said, feeling so sick. This is one of few photos that I got, and this, I think we've been to this location when you visited me, and I think we have a lot of pictures that we are showing in coming YouTube videos. But I had this idea that I wanted to take a photo here, and this is actually the day before my due date, so I'm very pregnant and feeling
very brave also.
I had my sister with me because I was like, I don't think I will go by myself to take photos here. It's like a 30-minute drive, so it's not that far, but you never know. So I think we were here for like maybe 20 minutes, and I was, it's so heavy to be pregnant, and it was it was in the middle of the summer, so it's warm, and I managed to get one photo I was pleased with, and then I went home to just lay in bed again, feeling
You
sick.
sacrificed the day for it.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It's a beautiful picture.
Thank you. And my plan was to take a picture when my daughter had been born, to take in the exact same location and to hold her in my arms. But I never got to do that.
It's not too late.
Well, no, but I wanted, that newborn, like holding her on my stomach. So she's almost 4 months now, so she's a bit bigger.
Would just be a different kind of picture.
Yeah, but then maybe I can do it when it's been a year, and because the flowers are not there now, obviously it's December, and I wanted to have like the same setting, the purple flowers and this dress, and maybe that's a plan for next year. But instead I got to take some like fairy tale like photos of, this is my little daughter and my 2 stepdaughters, and they love to take fairy tale photos. I'm very happy beautiful. That they like that. I think the main thing I try to think of when I'm taking photos of them is to make the photo shoots very short, because if you make them long, like I could be in there for hours and hours, but they will get so tired of me and they never want to take another photo with me again. So you have to like so
keep
this was
fun.
Exactly. So this was like a few minutes. I've prepared everything. They were running around in the forest, and then I was like, okay, it's time. And then they sat there for a few minutes and I took photos like crazy, and then they can run around again. But we also took a little bit more like fairy tale like photos, one by one. They love this idea that the book was glowing and there were sparks coming from the book, and when you make like a story about it, they like it even more. So they got their like magical photos one by one, and I
bet they love them. They're beautiful.
They do, and me too. I actually just yesterday ordered them in like a bigger print, so we can put them on the wall. I love them.
It's personal art, kind of. And it's almost in some ways it's more fun when you manage to get a good fairy tale picture with children in it, because the challenge is different.
It is. Indeed. Just like the pose, like trying to explain how they sit and like be straight in the back and look in a certain way and make it so fun difficult. And it's a challenge. To say the least.
Yes. So this is my picture from. I actually just took it. We have this absolutely like the winter landscape at the moment is just insane. So this was a few weeks ago. So it's this times 10 right now. It's like even whiter and fluffier and more beautiful. It's so beautiful outside. I just love this time of the year. And Lucia, I never know how to say it in English. I say Lucia, that's how we say it in Swedish. It's one of my favorite traditions of the year. It's so beautiful, and I love to dig a bit deeper than just like the Christian perspective or the Catholic perspective on Lucia. There is like so much more to this date, let's say this date, and the light celebrations than just like Lucia. But for me, she represents it all, and I just love taking fairy tale inspired pictures this time of the year. So yes, this is this year's Lucia image. I think I have another one. just to show.
So beautiful.
Thank you. Just to show the landscape a bit more. And I always feel like if I take the pictures like laying down landscape, you see more of the landscape. Maybe that's why it's called like landscape and portrait. But it's really sad because I always feel like the person almost becomes a bit too small in the picture when you take them this way. But I love to incorporate the environment more. Like I feel like it adds to the story. So yes, I just I love Lucia, and I'm really happy that we managed to take these pictures while it was snowing this year, because last year I tried and I tried and I tried, but it was raining and it was raining and it was raining. So I just had to give up on the white fluffy winter idea. So I am like extra pleased and happy, and I love the results as well.
Yeah, magical. I hope I get the chance this year. Well, we don't have any snow, but something similar, something with like light in the dark theme. So this is nothing to do with like Fairytale, but this was this autumn. I was home with my daughter. I think she was like 1 or 2 months old when I took this one, and I love to go out to look for mushrooms to eat. This you can't eat this one, but I love to like pick mushrooms, and that's like a hobby of mine.
Yeah.
So she came along in like this, what you call it? You have her in this
bärskål.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to explain. Like you put something on you.
It's like fabric. You tie her to your body.
Exactly. So she came along, and I actually took my camera with me this day because it was foggy outside. And I was like, maybe if I find some nice looking mushrooms in the foggy forest. And then I found this, I don't know the English word, but it's, I think it's called porslinsskivling in Swedish, at least.
Look at the light.
Yeah,
they look magical.
Magical. It's a very it's a white mushroom. So the light, it's a very bright and light mushroom. So I saw this one and I was like, oh, this would look so cool underneath, and then you have this like foggy forest in the background. So this was not planned at all. I just like happened to have my camera with me and my daughter on the front, so it was kind of tricky to get this shot. She was sleeping, so I was like, okay, I have this time. She's sleeping before she wakes up. And I think my point is that like this is one of my favorite photos from this year, like my favorite nature shot. Just bring your camera. And I made the mistake, even though I brought my camera with me this time, I made the mistake next time that to not bring my camera. And then I saw, something beautiful, and I was like, why didn't I bring my camera with me? So I think it's like a lesson to learn for myself as well, to bring my camera with me, because you never know. You never know. The fog was insane. You got this lovely foggy background, and it doesn't happen very often, especially not in the middle of the day where I live. Maybe it's like beautiful in the morning. But yeah.
How low did you have to go? Is this these mushrooms? I mean, first of all, just to think like, oh yeah, I have to look. Is that what you always do when you find mushrooms? You're like, I need to see what they look like from underneath. Or was this like high up in the trees? Or
no, it was like a tree that had fallen down.
Yeah.
So they were growing from that. and I don't really know. I've seen this mushroom before, but it's not very common, at least where I live. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, this looks so cool. So I started to take like normal photos, from above and from the side. And then I was like, it would look really cool if I could get it from like underneath. And so
how did that work with your daughter?
Yeah. I'm glad she was sleeping, because I was on the ground and she was on top of me here, and the camera was like almost on the ground. I think and it's wide angle, obviously, otherwise it would be very hard to capture, but I managed to, and it's kind of a slow shutter speed, so I had to be very still. So I'm so happy she was sleeping, because otherwise it would be a bit tricky. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And this was actually, I took this for OM System. They wanted photos with their 75 millimeter, so I was able to borrow that lens, and I loved that lens. That's like on my little bucket list to buy. But it was this beautiful sunset, and we just had this one evening. I didn't bring my daughter because that would be even harder. So I had a babysitter, and my sister was free from work, and there was going to be some sunlight, because this was like in October, I think. So it was kind of stressful, because we just had this one night and went to a location where I hadn't been this time of the year, so I didn't really know how it would look like, but it turned out so beautiful. And I don't know if you can see, there's like this little
mosquitoes,
sparkly things. It's not mosquitoes. I have no idea what it is. It's not animal or insects. It's like
really
just
it's
something in the air. Yeah, it's something in the air. It was dust in the air. Yeah, it was so beautiful.
Usually when it looks like that in my pictures, it's mosquitoes.
Yeah, I know. But it was so late, like October, and we don't have any mosquitoes left. And I know I thought, like, what is this thing? It was
it's
like
magical.
dust in the air. Yeah, beautiful.
I see what you mean with the 75 millimeters getting a similar look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like your 85 millimeters.
Yeah, we were just talking before about the realization that, because we're always talking about the equivalent of a full frame. Like, so when Louise is taking pictures with the OM system, she has a smaller sensor, meaning the crop will be much tighter. So when it's like the equivalent of 150 millimeters. But if I would take a picture with a full frame on 150 millimeters, the look would be so different. And we're like, because still this is 75 millimeters, and it doesn't matter on the sensor size, it's still 75 millimeters. And I very often shoot on 85. It's like one of my favorite lenses. So I see what you mean. This looks, I recognize the look a bit more. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. And I'm so happy I got to try this lens out. And I think like they asked me because they know I love to take portraits like this Fairytale like. So that's like, if you show what you love to do, then people will remember and contact you.
For the right reasons.
So exactly, for the right reasons.
Yes, so this is from my autumn, like between like September and October. I think I had 7 lectures, or like I was doing presentations all around, mainly in different parts of Sweden. So my autumn isn't usually that busy, and I don't normally do that many workshops and presentations. But this year just happened to be, so many requests. And since I didn't have anything else planned, I kind of felt like I can't really turn it down. And I love talking about photography, and I love to inspire and meet other photographers. And so I absolutely love this kind of work as well. But since I haven't had such a full calendar with, I haven't done these many presentations and lectures, I probably didn't really realize how much time that would take from me, not just when I'm away, but also like the preparations and also the mental energy. Like, okay, so I'm going away on Friday. I need to plan like the things for my daughter and my family. And I need like, what should I bring and pack it? You know, it's just a lot of logistics about traveling, and I've had to use a babysitter a lot. Like, I am so grateful for my parents because my partner, he's away a lot working as well. And since she's in school, it's a lot of like logistics to make it work. So I think that I haven't really taken, like, September, October, and November has been such a dream when it comes to photography. It's been foggy. The colors have been incredible. Like these autumn colors, it just lasted forever. And yeah, we've had so many mornings and evenings with, you know, the pink clouds, burning skies. And yeah, it's been like this, like the whole of, you know, the whole autumn season from late August until like up until now. And now it's turned into this magical winter fairytale Narnia. Is just insane outside. And it's so painful to not have the time to go out and shoot. Because this has probably been, like, this is something I know. I do know this, but I feel like I have been reminded about this year, that it's so important if you work with photography full-time, but also if you don't work with photography full-time, to leave a lot of space in your calendar to be able to be spontaneous, to go out, flexibility. Because I probably have been able, because a lot of work I do is editing and, you know, admin and on the computer, but so I've probably been able to go out, and I've tried. But as soon as I go out, I just feel stressed because there is so much waiting for me when I get back. And if you go back to the other picture, and it's like, yeah, I was driving my daughter to school, and it was just this perfect amount of fog. It wasn't, you know, you can get fog where everything is just flat. It's like you're walking to a wall of fog, and everything is just like no contrast, no nothing. And this was like the perfect amount of fog. And it just hurt so much. I had to take her to school because obviously she has to go to school. And I couldn't stop. Like, luckily I had my camera, and I had it like in the passenger seat, so I could take it up and take a picture, but I could only stop for like 2 minutes because otherwise she would get late. So
it hurts so much to drive past like these beautiful conditions. It's like,
yeah. And I've been doing this for months now, and it hurts me so much. And when I started out, like when I started to work as a photographer full time, I learned the hard way that you shouldn't plan your calendar as if everything will work out perfectly. Like, the first year I was working full time, I had to be home with my daughter because she was sick for in total 3 months. And that's just insane. Like 3 months without being able to work. And she was also really young, so it was like she needed me constantly. So she wouldn't kill herself. I know that I need to plan a lot of flexibility into my calendar, and I have to plan so if I am ill or if she is ill or something, that it doesn't make me behind. That's not possible because it can't always work out perfectly. And if one occasion it doesn't work out perfectly, it ruins the rest of my my schedule, the rest of the calendar. If I'm constantly behind because of that, that's bad planning. And that's what it was like for me. September up until now, it's been a bit busy. And I just know for myself to be able to be the kind of photographer that I want to be and to keep pushing myself and constantly taking better pictures, I need that flexibility. So yeah, lesson learned. That's probably the biggest lesson for me this year, and it's really hit home.
I feel you. I've been kind of the opposite because I was so sick when I was pregnant, just laying in bed, and then obviously been home with my daughter on maternity leave. But that's a different kind of, I can't go out to take pictures. So when I get the chance, I really take that and try to make the best out of it. So this was just a few weeks ago when we got so much snow out of nowhere. We never get this much snow. It was snowing like crazy the whole day. And I was like, I need to go out. There is nothing else. I need to go out. And this was taken just a few meters outside my door in the backyard with my stepdaughter. And I have a behind the scenes. This is what it looked like.
So cute.
That's my daughter. She got to tag along because obviously I couldn't leave her by herself inside. So we were out for maybe just 10 minutes. You can see the snow. We never get this much snow even in the middle of the winter. So it was crazy. And I took my stepdaughter with this cape. It's made of wool, so to keep her a bit warm. She was still freezing though. And this magical book with light in it just to make something fun out of it. She came home from school and I was like, do you want to take magical fairytale photos with a book and it will look like it's sparks coming out of the book? And she was like, yeah. And then we went out and she was like, I'm so cold. So
and you're like, smile.
Just one more. But yeah, this was just 2-3 minutes, and then we had to head inside again to try to keep her warm. So I think that's the difference between taking pictures of children versus adults. If I had my sister, who is in the pictures very often, I think I had pushed her way more, no, it's not that cold, and just 5 more minutes. But I think I obviously want her to be my model again. So when she was like, I'm so cold, but okay, let's head inside. So
and make hot chocolate.
Exactly. But I'm still very pleased with this one photo we got.
I love the colors, the blue our look and the yellow from the book. It's a beautiful contrast.
Thank you.
So yes, this picture I took it on one of the trips to to Scotland, and these are also my friends from Canada who came and visit me in January. So I got to see them again in September, which I am really excited for. And I think it's just sometimes, I don't know, when I speak to people are a bit scared about leaning into their interests and their passions, and they kind of want to stay a bit mainstream because then they can appeal to everyone. And I think when it comes to art, which photography is, I think it's really important to really, really lean into what makes you light up, like what makes you tick, what makes you, enthusiastic and eager, and, when do you get those butterflies? Because I feel like this is a combination of like a few of my, passions. I really, really love the TV show Outlander, and I've read all the books, and I'm waiting eagerly for the last book and the next season that will come in March next year. And now there is a prequel, so there is Blood of My Blood, so I'm just like all for it. And it probably, on some level, I was interested in Scotland before that, but on some level it probably just emphasized my fascination for Scotland. And I wanted to mix like my photography and my interests, because I feel my interests and what I am curious about and what, those things make my art more interesting for me. But the more I show that kind of art, the more like-minded people are actually drawn to me. So I feel like just leaning into, like, this is just one example, but I decided to show these pictures because I think it kind of proves the point, at least for me, that it's really important to allow yourself to shine through in the pictures you take, and don't try to be if you try to be a bit more mainstream, I don't feel like people connect with you in the same sense, or at least that's true for me. I mean, everyone is different, but I really love nerds, and I'm probably a nerd. Well, I am a nerd myself. So if you go to the next picture, this is also a picture I took where I was like fully leaning into this passion, or this like source of inspiration, or whatever you want to call Outlander. So this picture was heavily inspired by Outlander, and it also has I have reached like a lot of attention for it, and this is the picture I won the awards with. And I just feel like I can mention like so many photographers who have come to my lectures, who talked to me, who booked trips and workshops with me, and like bought our courses because they have connected with me because we have the same passions. It's like the level you can get with your customers if you have the same passions and interests. I just think it's hard to beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And then, so these are like, obviously I don't just take fun pictures or like artsy projects. Like, these are client pictures. So the last year I have been very fortunate to work with a lot of very cool entrepreneurs. So female entrepreneurs who they somehow want to change the world or make a difference, and they want to be heard and seen. And what they all have in common is like their shared passion for nature, I suppose. Like, they want it to be sustainable, and they care about the nature, and they really they are drawn to this fairy tale look. So this is one example for one entrepreneur. She's this incredible woman, and I've done a lot of weddings because of the same, because of that style as well, the style that I'd like to create. And the next one, and some family, like a lot of family pictures and children photography and stuff. And it's mainly, I guess what I'm trying to say, that if you have a passion, like we feel like we're a bit worried about leaning in, but when you do lean in, it's like all of a sudden people just find you, and it's the right kind of people. Just like you said, that OM system knows that you enjoy these like Fairytale and these portraits that are a bit more magical. When people know that, that's what they want to hire you for. So I think it's just an encouragement, like, don't be afraid to involve more of yourself in the pictures.
Exactly. Something completely different. This is like one of my favorite from this year, like my favorite nature shots.
Cute.
Yeah, cute little seal. I got to borrow this lens, the 150 to 600 millimeter, and I wanted to borrow it because it was going to be a full moon. So this was in the spring, I think maybe March, April, something like that. So I was borrowing it because of the full moon, but obviously I wanted to make the most out of it. I was still feeling very sick due to my pregnancy, but I had like better days. So this was one sunset, and I think I just got the lens and I was like, I have to try it out. So I headed out to the ocean, and this very cute, curious little seal was approaching me. And I got like this, kind of a dream shot, because we have a lot of seals, but they are either far out, like in the sea. You just see like this little black spots. The head is like sticking up and then down again. Or they are laying on a stone, like, trying to get dry or something. But this one was swimming around, and it came closer and closer and closer, and it was just like a dream come true that it was looking straight at me, and that I was able to like get all the way down to get this low angle. It was starting to get hard because of the pregnancy to get the low angles. But the main reason, as I said, was the full moon, and to get this maternity photo with the full moon. It was very hard because the moon is rising so fast. It's like moving so fast. So I needed help to get this one. Usually my sister is the model, but she was not pregnant, so she was actually behind the camera. I set the camera on a tripod, made all the like settings, everything. I kind of knew where the moon would rise and where I was going to stand. So her job was just to like take the photo. I think I set it on this time lapse setting, so she just had to push the bottom and then exactly. And obviously helped me with my dress and to set everything up at the location where I was standing. This is the photo straight out of camera. I was actually not very pleased. Well, I was pleased that I got one shot with me in the middle of the moon, because that was like the only one, but the moon was overexposed, and it's hard to know what setting to use when I had to like set all the settings before the moon was up, because I had to walk all the way over to this cliff and then put the dress on and everything, and my sister was going to go all the way back to the camera, so the moon wasn't up when I set the settings. And I saw that, when I came back to the camera, I was like, no, this is wrong, this is not good at all. And she's not a photographer, so she had no idea like how to change the settings or anything. But I was able to fix it in Photoshop. There was still, I think you can see there are still, it's not completely overexposed.
Yeah.
There are still some details in the moon, and I was able to like get it back in Photoshop and take away all these like white spots from the cliff and change the dress was a bit pale, so I wanted it to be more pink, and yeah, it was a lot in Photoshop, but I was able to like save it and get one of my dream maternity shots, even though I was not feeling very well, but this was like one of those projects.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm very happy that I was able to do this. I had, great or like big plans for my pregnancy and maternity, and then it was, well, not very fun. So I'm very pleased that I got this one,
and
at least.
Most people, they feel ill for, I don't know, maybe the 3 first months. But you were equally ill and feeling sick for the whole 9 months.
Yeah,
it's
almost.
Just,
like,
I feel at least so sorry for you.
At least 7 months. Then it was getting a bit better, but then I got like other things that made me sick. So yeah, it was not very nice. It was like
a rough year for you.
It was like stomach flu for like 7 months. It's not very happy, but happy with my daughter, of course.
Of course, it was worth it. It's always like afterwards, but I guess it's also the same, because at the moment when you were taking this picture, you were probably struggling. But I mean, as long as no one get hurt, it's often when you look back at the times when you did push yourself, it's just, it feels so rewarding, and you're happy you actually did it, because the easier option would have been to stay inside.
Yeah, I'm very happy I did it. Very, very happy. If it was like one photo I really wanted to take, it was this one with like my maternity, pregnancy photo shoot. So
I'm glad you managed to, because just shooting with the moon is difficult. And then when you have the perfect sunrise and moonrise or sunset and moonrise, whatever, and then it has to be in the right location, and then you have to be pregnant so you can actually tell. So it means you only have a few options, like a few possibilities, and no clouds. I mean, if it would have been cloudy, then
then it would be like no photo at all. And I think we actually went to a different location first. I was looking in Google Maps, and I was like, okay, this looks like it could work. I have been there, but I haven't been there with, taking a picture of the full moon in mind. So I didn't really know if it would work, but I thought so. And then when we got there, I was like, this is not going to work at all. So then I had to rethink, and you just
so stressful.
You don't have that much time.
No.
And I have been at this location with the full moon a few years ago, so I was like, okay, I know this will work. So yeah, but it was not like how I had the photo shoot in mind, or like the final photo in mind, but it turned out great anyway. I'm very pleased.
I'm so happy for you. It's a great shot.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a lesson for me from this year. I went to, this is a workshop that Sony created together with Cyber Photo. And I am so happy I joined, because I learned so much this day. It was Kate and Magic. They were just showing us like how they are working with, even though like weddings isn't my main field, but it doesn't matter, because sometimes I love to almost get inspired more by other genres and other types of photographers than myself, because sometimes otherwise it gets a bit too close. So it's hard to see, the tree for the forest or the forest for the trees. I never know which one it is. But I just learned so much. And this was such a reminder that one of the reasons that I love photography is because there is always something more that you can learn. It's like when you start out with photography, it's like you learn the settings and how the camera works, and you're like, yeah, I got it. And then you feel really good and proud of yourself. And then it's like you're opening another box, like Pandora's box again. And you're like, wow, there is so much I still don't know. And you figure out what you need to learn more about, and you learn more about those. And then you get onto like another high, and you're like, yes, I'm getting there. Like this, I'm becoming really good. And then you open another box, and this just keeps on going. And there is so much to learn within photography about your equipment, about the camera, about how you're posing people, how you're using the light, like locations, framing, compositions. There is like each and every one of these topics, you could just dive. I mean, they're all rabbit holes. You can just keep on diving and diving and diving. There is like no end to it. You can always learn more. And then I haven't even mentioned like the editing part of it. So I just feel like I don't know about you, but this is one of the reasons why I love photography. Because I feel like there is, you never feel like you're like, if you ever feel like there is nothing new for me to learn now, then you're probably blind to what you don't know, I would say.
And I think you get bored if you think you know it all, then it kind of gets boring as well.
So this day, I think if you move on, I have a few more examples. We were using something that I don't use very often or hardly ever, which was artificial light. So we were using flash and continuous light. And the reason, exactly, this is a behind the scenes, and that's Robin from Cyber Photo. And the reason why was because sometimes if you're shooting portraits and using natural light, you have to choose the location and angles based on the light. So if you were to shoot in this location, which is an absolutely stunning castle, it's just incredible. Like you should see the ceiling is like Michelangelo. It's just paintings and stuff. And all the rooms were just absolutely a dream to shoot in if you don't consider the light. Because very often, like if you find a dream location and it doesn't work with the light, then you're not going to create some amazing pictures there. You have to choose. If you're shooting with natural light, you have to choose the location based on the light. But if you add flash and continuous light, then you can all of a sudden choose where you're shooting based on the location instead of the light. So it was just so interesting, and I learned so much about light. It's like every photographer will say that light is so important, and it really is. But it's also a rabbit hole. You can just keep on learning more and more and more and more and more about light, because most people would probably say like, I know light. I know how to use light. But there is always so much more to learn. And I just feel so alive when I feel like I'm learning something new, and when I'm developing, and when I can actually see the changes also in my pictures. So this was just a reminder to myself again that keep on investing, keep on being curious, keep on investing in your education, and be curious. Don't go into something and think, I know this already. Instead, like, okay, but what can I use, and like how can I apply this to myself? What are they actually talking about? Is there something new that I can take with me, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's all we got. That was a lot.
Yes.
But we have learned so much this year.
Yeah.
Like your schedule had been crazy, and you need to like maybe make a little difference the next year. And I will keep on like taking the opportunities I got, because when you have small kids and not that much time, I need to make the most of the time I got when I had the chance to get out with my camera, and take my camera with me, even though it's just like on a small walk or something. You never know what you will find.
And I also think that there is a possibility, like even if you have small kids, or like in my case, like there is always a possibility to create room, I think I would like to make a habit of just walking. Like I would say dog owners could potentially be the best photographers in the world, because they have to go out. And if you don't go out, you won't see the northern lights, you won't see the fog, you won't see the beautiful sunrise. So I think there is always like a possibility to kind of make a habit out of getting out with your camera. It's like almost like stamina. If you stop running, like the next time you go out, it will feel hard. But then if you just keep on doing it every day, it might be, you get a routine of it almost.
Yeah, and you always learn something. I mean, always. And to try new things.
Yes, like for sure, definitely.
With the mushrooms, I tried like a different angle that I have not never tried it, but usually not take pictures from underneath the mushrooms, but tried it, and it turned out to be one of my favorite shots from this year.
Curiosity, is that the word for 2026?
Yes,
curiosity.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, well, this has been a slightly different episode because we've been talking a bit more freely about the year, and we hope you have enjoyed and maybe found some inspiration, or maybe learned from our mistakes instead of having to learn yourself the hard way.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you again. Bye.
Bye.